What's up, creative faces? What's good with everyone? My name is Ella from Creative Sound. We are here live. This is another creative session. This is number 26. Happy Tuesday to everyone. And we're going to get started. This is a live stream, which means that I answer questions live, which also means that these videos are pretty long. They're pretty lengthy. So be aware. Go grab some lunch, pop some popcorn, or whatever it is that you do to help you stay engaged, I guess. I'm here to help people. That's the goal here. So a lot of times I start projects from the scratch and you guys see, what's going on, my approach to it or whatever. I appreciate everyone who watched these videos. We're about maybe 16,000 subscribers strong. And we just continuing to grow. So I appreciate thumbs up on the video. If you're new here, I appreciate that you subscribe. If you're gaining some type of value, if you feel like I'm not helping you, then there's only one other option to do. Instead of hanging around saying sending negative vibes, just go to another video. All right. So with that being said. What's going on? Steels is here. He's in the building. Javion, what's up? As a matter of fact, this the stream is dedicated to Javion. I asked a question in the Discord group that I have, right? And this is one of the questions that I felt like I should visit. This is a topic that it's a really cool topic because I use Scalar, and so I was like, you know what? I might as well just kind of label this thing around Scalar 2. So what is Scalar 2? Scalar 2 it's a plug-in instrument that allows you to create chords. It detect chords, but there's also a bunch of presets that you can pull from to help create your song. These presets are also labeled in by artists, and then they are also labeled by the genres. With that being said, it doesn't really matter where you pull from. You can pull jazz chords and create trap off top of it. So it really doesn't matter what chord progression, as long as it sounds good in the vein that you're going. I feel like the drums is what determines the drums and the bass line or whatever. That's the main thing that determines the the lane that the song will go in. So you could definitely pull some K-pop chords, chord progression, right? And you can use that in R&B. It don't really matter where you pull it from. So let's look at the what's up, swag? What's up, team? The team is in the building. J Beats is here. NYC, what's up? What's up, Devin? What's going on? Black Belt is here. Pickle Man, he's at work watching the stream. Really cool, really cool. Appreciate everyone here. All right. So let's paint. Let's get this going here. All right. So in Studio One, of course, right? And not limited to Studio One, guys. We're not limited here. So if you are working from Fruity Loops or whatever, Ableton Live, it doesn't really matter where you're from. Hopefully the same concepts would apply to each dog. All right, so I drug in Scalar 2 from my instrument section. I am working with Montai, and it doesn't matter what instrument you use. The same concept applies. The reason why I pull this in is because the idea behind Scalar is this: so you can create chords, and you pick the instrument that you would rather use versus what's available inside of Scalar. Now, inside of Scalar has instruments in here. If you hit this drop down button here, there are instruments that they have. You can use that, but I choose not to use these. You can switch between these different instruments just to get an idea. You know what I mean? Like you can go to a synth sound and just, get an idea of what it would sound like as a synth. Because I honestly believe that a chord, the same chord in a piano. Let me mute this. The same chord from a piano will kind of give off a different vibe if you switch it to a synth sound. So it really matters what sounds you're using. So this is the felt piano, this is the green. But I feel like these are just demos. But you could definitely actually use it if you want to, but I don't. So let's go for the felt piano. Right? So what I like to do is go to chords or the presets. So I like to visit the songs. So like I was saying before, we have artists. So everything is labeled by artists. Their presets or whatnot. I typically hang around where songs is. So I might go to like a pop or something like that. Okay, let's get this. You got to click this here. So this right here, this button right here, and you'll see this off to the side, even down at this section. This is another section where you can activate chords. These are more like your custom, you can drag and it's custom, you can pull stuff from different areas and just, I think you could drag, I thought you can drag them down. Anyway, you could switch stuff up down here. You can, I really never visit. I'm hardly down at the second section, but this is another area. But anyway, here at the top, this is the main thing. Here at the top, because I have A selected, you know what I mean? And as long as I'm in this range here from C2 to D, and by the way, everything, all white keys are being activated. The black are just single keys. I guess you can add 7s and 9s or whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, you can, and then anything around there, like if you go an octave beyond that or below, these are single keys. So everything from here, so I'm hitting the C all the way to this D, or the octave hub, you know. Right? So you have all of these to play around with. You can do it that way. Another cool thing is that you can, let me see if I can delete this here. Okay. So another thing you can do here is you can also make this thing detect your chords. So if you have some chords that you would like to work with, you can, you know, you hit this record and it will detect your chord. So that's going to be the first one. So C major 7. And I don't know what that is. That's a whack chord, but I'm showing you. Let's do that over. That we can't work with that. Let's make sure this thing is recording. Right. So that's the whole point. It's, you know, so now when you activate this here, now right? So that's another way to do it if you prefer that route. Let's delete that. So if we go back here to EDM and let's activate this here. Right. So that's basically the logistics there. Here all the way at the bottom, which is C, you can record the MIDI capturing, and I've done that plenty of times as well. You can record what you're doing and then take this out. You can actually drag it. So I guess we could do that now. So down here, I can say it's going to MIDI capture. It's almost like retrospective record, if you will. Stop that, and I can drag that. Right. Now I'm going to unmute this track. That's actually sound pretty cool. So because I like that, I'm gonna put this in my scratch pad area, and I might build from there. All right. So that's the deal with that. Now, say for instance, because most of you guys will probably do something like this, and I'm gonna show you 2 ways you can actually like record. Now, I guess I already showed you a way to bring chords over, but in the event, like, I'm gonna show you guys something pretty cool. So what I used to do before, let me pick another set. right, let's just go with that. So first of all, let me activate my pre-count here. So I'm gonna go ahead and record to, oh, that's way too fast. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Okay, so that's cool. That's definitely cool. However, the problem is that you are stuck with one note in the piano roll. You're stuck with these one notes. And yeah, these one notes, it's only associated with scalar. So if I was to take this and move it to another instrument, you ain't gonna be able to do that, because what's done in scalar is done differently in another program. I mean, another instrument. You see what happens here? So these MIDI notes is triggering something different, right? It's you have to set it up. You gotta print out chords using MIDI. So basically, what you do here is you can do a couple of things. You can do this method right here, the MIDI capture, where you, like you guys just saw me do a few seconds ago. Or what you could also do is this. This is the other reason why I have MIDI, or this could be any type of instrument. What I like to do is, when you guys open up a new track, it might look like this, but you got to like open it up some, resize the vertical here, and then you go to all inputs, or this input area, and you want scalar now to actually, you want to input scalar inside of this. And this, again, this applies to any instrument, anywhere, it doesn't matter. So now I'm saying, hey, scalar, I want you to control this MIDI plug. And so now at this point, what we would get is MIDI to play those chords now. Right? And at this point, I want to just turn off this piano, because I don't need that piano. Right? That's what I want. So if I go here, now I can go in MIDI and change up my parameters or whatnot. Now, that's cool and all, but the problem is we still working off one note. So ultimately, what you want to do, because when you want to go a little further, because you'll be in a situation where you will have to print this, or you want to use the same chords in another instrument, and I think you can only make scalar to, actually you can set scalar up to do several instruments. I've never tried to do that, as a matter of fact. Let's try that now. Let's I guess this will be a way of stacking instruments and say, okay, I want Scalar to be the brains of everything. So, I mean, it's just several ways you can do this. So I'm going to try that now. I'm going to see, let's bring in Serum, for instance. And I don't know, just pick something random. All right. So let's see if that will work, because if that works, then that would be a really cool option as well. So I'm gonna just, make everything bigger. So let's try that. Let's see if it don't work, then it works. Okay, so here's what I'm noticing. Here's what I'm noticing. So it doesn't work. So Scalar can only talk to one thing at a time because I'm not getting anything from here. But if I'm selected on there, it'll I don't think that's what you guys want. So here's the solution. I just tried it just to see if it'll work or not. But that's not the best method. But the whole idea is that you want to stack those two instruments. So what you could do, you could stack Serum on top of MIDI and get that similar sound. That's well, actually, I don't know if you can do that because these options right here becomes a little different. Like these change. Like some of these things don't become available once you make a multi. I guess we could try that. But here's the point. Back in Scalar, what we want to do here is I actually want to print this. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit record and just print it. 2, 3, 4. Now, doing it this way allows me to print the chords. Right? Now the chords is there. Now, at this point, I can get rid of Scalar. I no longer need it. And I can copy these same chords down here. Right? Kind of mix them a little bit together. And then at this point, you could add a multi-instrument in here because it don't even matter no more because now you have the chords, the MIDI chords. So the MIDI chords versus just these one key. So now I can copy and paste this all day long because now I have the MIDI information. So yeah, that's how that works. So let's try this. I'm back up. Here's what you could also do. I'm gonna start over. And because I have it set up this way, I want to, even before, and this is my process. Now I'm letting y'all in on my secret. When I'm working with Scalar and I'm working with MIDI or whatever instrument, right? What I do, this is what I usually do. I'm gonna move this over some so you guys can see everything. This is what I do. I have Scalar set up on the instrument. It's Scalar 2, right? Cool. What I do, I turn off the instrument. It's gonna default at some piano sound, right? Just make sure that that's off. Turn on this here, this monitor icon. Turn that on, but make sure that this track is activated in terms of the record. You want to arm this track. Now, this is what will happen. So now I can go in Scalar at this point. Now I'm triggering MIDI without looking at Scalar, well, not being selected on Scalar. And the reason is if I turn this off, I get nothing. I'm pressing the key, I'm getting nothing. But you got to make sure that this is on. Don't do this. Don't have both of them armed. I mean, you could do that, but what's going to happen is you're going to print both information on both tracks. So make sure you on this track, the instrument track, and then just make sure that you turn this on, right? Right? And that's really all you got to do. And then at this point, you can switch to Scalar inside this window. But you don't. I was going to say you don't have to be on the track, but it actually switched anyway. No, it didn't. Never mind. It switched the instrument. If y'all caught that, don't worry about it if it didn't make sense. I'm just looking at something. So now I can go in here and change up, say if I want. So both of them, you'll see both of them triggering as far as MIDI, but it's only coming out of multi. Right? So now when I'm ready to record, it will print directly onto multi. Okay, so here we go. So that to me takes out the heartache of moving stuff around. So it's almost as if I'm printing directly on to this track, almost as if I was really smart enough to know how to play this keyboard. Is there, right? That's a workflow enhancement to me. So I just showed you guys several ways to do this, but right there, that is my method. I love that method. It gets the job done. It's quicker. I don't have to move anything around. All you have to do is just make sure that they route it appropriately, properly, and you can get the result that you need like that. So at this point, now is gonna be the other part to this, because if you want to do anything further and you want to like you want to just mess with multi and do some extra stuff, maybe you want to create like a melody or whatever, you have to make sure that you detach Scalar and go back to all inputs or to your keyboard or whatever. So now I can turn that off. Right now I have multi back. Multi is now independent, no strings attached, because I might want to do something else to it, you know. Right? So let's visit the QA section to see if everyone is following. Did you guys get that? Was this helpful? What's up, K Bill? What's up, Robert? Yes, you can hook MIDI instruments into each plugin. Scalar to Zero, multi. All right, so let's try that, because I wasn't clear, because I knew things change up. So let's try that. That might be pretty interesting. And then of course you can quantize everything at this point. All right, so let's try that. I'm going to put serum on top of this, combine the two. You know what? I don't know why I thought that this changed up. It's the same thing. Okay, duh. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of that. And let's set that up again. I think I was messing with something else one time and I'm getting something mixed up. So it's the same thing here. So, oh, got to turn down serum. Okay, so it works. Multi-instrument works. So this will probably be the best way to do this. So let me get rid of this one right here, right quick. Make things a little simpler. Okay. I like that. I'm ready to create. About to paint. I gotta find where this note is. There we go. So it's between C1 and D1. C1. Whatever. There we go. I just needed to find it. C1. Because this is what I want to do on this track. I want to just do that. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I want to make them all 127. Okay. Let's add serum back in here because I want to do something else. Okay, so revisiting Scalar 2. Let's continue this because that's not all. You could do other things with Scalar, like create arpeggios or perform, and like you can really zone in and have this thing doing some really cool things. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, the serum here, and I'm going to allow Scalar 2 to control serum. Change the colors around here. Let's get some. Yeah, let's get something going. All right. Got all these colors and not using the colors. Hence the name of the channel, Kreatve. That just only makes sense. Change up the colors a little bit. All this blah. Whatever. That's cool. I like it. Pink and purple. Beautiful color. All right. So in serum here. So again, make sure you do that. So let me pick something. That's just annoying sound. Let's go somewhere else. Okay, cool. Sounds pretty cool. Right? Okay, so back in Scalar. So now I already have my chords, right, that I want to work with. So now you turn on this perform, And now we have other options. We can make Scalar do all types of pretty cool stuff. So let's say arpeggios. Let's see. I could change the resolution. Let me see. Let me find it. Right? You can do stuff like that. Let's go for 16s. I just wanted to see what that sounds like. All right, so let's go to the regular 16s. You can do that as well. You change it up. Right? So you could do that, and you could turn on humanize, voice grouping. What is this? Now these I don't deal with, but you can play with those and see what they do. So that's arpeggios. I can also strum like a guitar. So I could throw a guitar here. Slow it up. Right? So, let me see. What is expression? Was that what we was doing? Oh yeah, expressions is in here too. Like get that classical sound type deal. And then you have a bunch of other phrases in here. I kind of like that. What? It was about the timing, I guess. Again, take that off. Make this. Just got to remember to do those things. If you click Scalar, just know that it clicks off of how you set up in terms of like playing it or whatever. So just again, you gotta always make sure that on Scalar that this button here is activated and your record and your listen is on your monitor. That's the thing. That's really cool. I like that. I got to explore this more. I knew that we in here, but it invokes different type of ideas. You know what? Just because we in here and I'm getting inspired, I'm thinking of what I want to put in here. What do I want to put in here? What do I want to put in here? You should have known I was going to contact. You should have known it. You should have known it. All right. Serum Matai. Very helpful. Okay, I hope that you can take this and create some dope. Something dope, my friend. Thanks for that as well. Yes, thank you, Ella. Another great way. Another great way. Absolutely. Good stuff, bro. Trap boy, what's up? What's up? K Bill, I use it with plugin MIDI all the time. That's what's up. Breaking out the paints. That's what we do here. We gotta crack them joints open. Make it happen around here, you know? Let's get this focus on my face going on. There's all this blurry stuff going on. What's up with that? Yeah, that's the vibe. Those are the vibes. That's always the vibes. Make it catchy, right? It's a random melody to be created. No, it's not. You're not creating melody in Scalar. However, you're creating chord progression, and it can stem from melody. Like it helps you create a melody because once you have the chords going, then you can create your melody on top of that. But it's really just chords help you create your song. And as you progress, there will be a melody that can stem from it. The way that I'm going, there is a melody that's going to end up um being birthed from this method. So Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up, Ryan. Bebo, oh, that's really cool. Um, the Skeleton can full out melody. So if you guys are digging this plug Scalar 2, I have a link, affiliate link available in the description. And you can go and pick, and it's not expensive at all. It's like really cheap for if you're using this thing to help you create music and you got clients and you making money, you know, and it's not for beginners, right? It's for anyone. You know, you could be advanced, but there's always these things. These is just it's just tools. These things are made to just give us like concepts and ideas in ways that we probably would have never put it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be playing for 20 years, but sometimes having something that automates stuff and, you know, you'll come up with something like, whoa, I never thought to do that. You know, just playing around with chords and stuff like that. And the way that, because you can route them to any instrument, you know, externally, I guess, it makes it even more powerful to be able to come up with some chords. So yeah, you if you're a beginner, this is a great tool. If you don't know how to put chords together, this is a great tool to have. If you're intermediate, this is still also a great tool. If you're advanced, it's still an awesome tool to have because, like I say, you can put stuff together that you probably would have never thought to put together. And there are also other articulations in here too. You know what I mean? There's like this Beethoven style in here, and that could be motivating as well. So like what I was getting ready to do here is have contact to come in and I'm going to see like how we can get that going. So I got contact here, and I'm going to put in some. I'm gonna put in a piano sound. Go here to Nora, because I just the way that articulation was happening, I just felt like, you know. Okay, so let's have Scalar to control contact as soon as my library comes in. I thought all right. Y'all hear that? I love it. Now in Scalar, and see if I could change the octaves. Let's go 12. See right there, that's a whole nother idea. Check this out. Can I do that? Oh, wrong one. Let's go to Scalar. I like that. No. How about that? Retro. Retro record. I don't even have to record it no more. Oh, and you gotta be careful because it record everything. That sounds wonderful, but we're gonna do it again. That sounds wonderful. That's doing something extra. Wow. All these extra things it's doing now. All right. I don't know. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I have no idea where we're going with this, but just we spend a little time on Scalar and showing you like how you can be creative and make this thing work for you. Oh, I probably should have never quantized the 340 1 2 the time signature is not here, so there's got to be triplets. So say 16 triplets, just to lock everything a little tighter. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Correctos. Correct. And I can keep going. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take Scalar. Let's see. I kind of never really dive this deep like this. So we're gonna take it all the way. So will Scalar create all of our chords? Let's see. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. Activate that. Deactivate that. Make sure the listener's on. Actually, let me set it up. Let's say we go to Cloud Supply and grab something from there. All right. Let's make this channel 2. Indeed. Dope. You see what I'm saying? That's another song right there. It just, the sounds is what changes. So I could be playing the same thing, and that's, wow. I need to be bouncing this stuff down. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting excited over here. This is just too much. No, it's not too much, but it's a lot. Okay, so if I'm going to click here, and I'm going to go here instead of clicking on serum, because I don't want to, So now I'm gonna change the way that this is being articulated. So I'm gonna let's see. Okay. Right. So now I can just take this and just do all kind of cool stuff. So now I'm gonna take this back. Let's say 12. Let's go back to contact and just change the sound up. All right, let's see what that sounds like. Let me do that again. Let's mute these right quick so it won't throw me off. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me do this again. Make sure that this activated. Okay, cool. Take that off. All right. So we good. 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's fix this piano. We got some extra stuff going on in the background. The arps is still going. I'll fix it later. like that sound. So we're gonna bring sample 1 in. I want sample 1 to record that sound. Come on, don't. Okay. That's what I want. Cool. Let's open the ranges up. Let's trim this right quick. Let's turn this thing down some, actually. All right, let's see. I got lazy. Okay. turn this. Let's get this back to 32. All right, like that. Dealing with patterns is a little different. Yeah, but I'm learning patterns. I think it's pretty fun, actually. It's actually pretty easy to do it on the SQ. Working this way because everything is triplets is, I must say, it's a little difficult. Yeah, so working in patterns, I guess you got to have, oh, you know what? Let me see. Maybe I can just change just that lane. That's probably what I'll have to do. see what's going on now. I see the vibes. But yeah. Yeah. I need to study this a little more. There was a lot of changes since the update. Yeah, let's look at the Q&A. I'm not that great in patterns yet. But hopefully, guys, you saw the value in using Scalar. As you can see, got immediate vibrations from it, and we was able to create some stuff. So I would think so. I would think Scalar is worth it. It's something you just need to have in your setup. This is automatic. And yes, there is a lot of videos on it, which means you can't get confused. But you do have to pick your poison because everybody explain it differently. Everybody have different. I mean, you can learn from a lot of people, which is good because you can learn different approaches as to how to get Scalar to work for you. But some people have different ways of explaining things. Appreciate it, Buck. Austin, thanks. It's not a problem. I have a lot of fun and I enjoy showing the process. Love Scalar. Love Scalar. It's a lot of Scalar lovers here. I wish I had Scalar all those years. Right. Exactly. Everybody, yeah, I would have been on a different level if I had access to something like this a long time ago. You are definitely right about that. I have never really had beat block. Sometimes don't have time for music. I will say for those who do experience beat block, Scalar is a great tool to help those with beat block from the perspective. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean sometimes it's not necessarily beat block. It's just having something different. If you're looking for something in a different vein than what you currently create. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, what what I just showed y'all in Scalar, how you can change the articulations. And you can make the thing sound like Beethoven is playing the piano, like kind of like what I was doing. That was like basic or whatever, but that's something I would have never came up with on my own. So it's not necessarily beat block there, but yeah, definitely for people who have beat block, it will work. But also just getting new concepts and new ideas and help broaden your creativity, you know what I mean? I think it's also good for that as well. I usually set Scalar up to control my key for the song. That's what's up. My workflow. Really cool. Really cool. What's up, B number? Oh, really? Wow. So I'm the only YouTuber that he knows that talks to his subscribers. I don't know about that, but I thank you. I have a few people I know that actually talks to their subscribers, but I definitely get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. Most of them don't. Most of them. Um, I don't have a big following either. Well, I can't say like once I hit 1 million subscribers that I won't do the same thing. I'll definitely do the same thing, but it's gonna be a different type of workflow. But the chat is coming in relatively slow here, unless I'm talking about a hot topic. Like when Studio One come out and everybody jump on and everybody's talking. I would imagine, when I get to that point, I will have to just pick the best questions to answer because it's going to be too many to address. But right now, everything is smooth, I guess, moderate. Not many of you guys are typing. Some of you guys is watching. And, that's cool as well. But yeah, man, I love talking to my people, man. I gotta engage with my folks. To me, that's the only reason why I go live. I can post up a million videos all day long and answer questions on comments or whatever, but I'd rather like give you guys that in the same room type environment where I'm sitting here, you across the table, or sitting in a couple of chairs down the road, and or we just standing in the room just talking and catching up. That's kind of the vibe that I hope to push off. All of us just talking music, sharing tips, tricks, because that's exactly what happens here. When I get stuck, my subscribers hold me down. My family, y'all definitely hold a brother down. I get stuck on something and I don't know how to do something, and I'm like, okay, I'm looking to y'all for how do I do this, and it seems like y'all always come through because it's a lot of you guys who know about this stuff. Like right now, I'm talking about scaling, and there happens to be a bunch of people who use scaling. So I'm pretty sure that if I stumbled across something I didn't know, I was going to be corrected. Someone was going to be like, hey, Ella, no, you do it like this, blah, 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 blah. So I can always look to my help. You guys are my support team. So appreciate you guys for coming and helping me out. You know, the educator needs help too. You know what I mean? The educator has to get educated in order for him to educate. So that's where it is. I never try to come on and seem like I know everything. Although I've been doing it for a long time, and so I have a couple of things I can share with you. But sometimes I don't know either, and I have to lean in and get y'all to help a brother out. So it's all love here. It's all love. What's up here, Vision? When you get to 1,000 subs, then you will need to hire help. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to sign people to moderate. Yeah, and, moderate some of the questions and stuff like that. Yep, right after Good 5808. Is studio and artist a goodbye? Hope to hype me. Yeah, you're doing a great job. I appreciate it. Uh, okay, let's address this. Is Studio One artist a goodbye? I don't know what you guys think. What is the group saying? Everyone in the chat section, let Michael know if Studio One artist is a goodbye. First of all, I feel like there are so many angles. I feel like that's a dead end question, and I say that because we need more information. We need more information about this question. What, how? Okay, what inspired this question? So, are you new? Like, have you produced music before? What other programs have you used? If you're not new, um, what is it that you want to do? Are you a beat maker? Are you a singer? You a rapper? Are you a instrument? Like you play the instruments? Are you a musician? What is it? What is it that you're doing? Because that's going to be the factor, right? If you're just making beats, I kind of want to say you want the professional version because you're going to be limited, but the artist is decent enough. But you're still going to have limitations. There's the prime, then there's the artist, then there's the pro. There's a reason why the pro is the pro and the artist is sitting underneath it because you got limitations. But those limitations will, you got to pick your limitation. And that's just really going to be depending on like what you're really trying to do. I will get what I can afford depending on what you're looking for. Use the demo first. Right. That's a great suggestion. That's an excellent suggestion. Because I was thinking about purchasing it. I see you doing your thing. Well, see, I still need more information. That's great. See, that's the thing that I don't want you guys to be confused by. You see me doing my thing, but me doing my thing comes with years of experience. I've been doing this for a very long time, very long time. Um, so I know how to do certain things. I know how to make the DAW work for me. I have frustration moments, but I know and I learned workarounds. If you've never used Studio One, if you've never produced music before, it's going to be frustrating for you just overall. Um, and probably, I don't want to say it, but like your age could play a factor into your frustration acceleration. If you're like one of these young guys out here, it seems like y'all get frustrated real quick. Like your attention span is shut. There's no, if you can't figure this thing, if you can't make a hit record in 5 minutes, you not gonna you're just not gonna stick with it. I just kind of feel like that some of these young kids, they just yeah. So I don't know. But then there are some older people who has short attention spans. I guess it just depends on who you are. I guess what I just did was stereotype, but it's true. We live in a fast paced time where everybody just wants the answer immediately. If you don't give them the answer when they want it, they get agitated. My kids are like that. They have no sense of patience these days. Okay, so you're not new. Wait, you said the MK3. So okay, you're not new. You use the MK3. Okay, okay. So you use machine, and you want to know. Okay, well, in that case, artists won't be. It's not a bad idea. However, if I can have someone chime in, if you use MK3 and you use an artist, I don't know if it's because I remember one time someone was saying something about having the option to use MK3 in the artist version, like there's limitations or whatever. But they did lift some restrictions off of Studio One 5 artists. You're supposed to be able to do a little more. I don't know. I don't have artists, so I can't really answer that question. But I would say overall, it would be, you know, But like K Bill said, just buy or not buy, but download 30-day trial and see if it fits, you know. But when you do the 30-day trial, I think that's the professional version. You have 30 days to play with the professional version, and then you go, I like it. Let me do it. And then you go and get the artist and be like, wait, where's everything? So just kind of want to make that distinction there as well. Now, if we're talking about the difference between the MK3, machine world versus studio, then that's a different topic. That stems into something a little bit different. Then my answer to that would be it will also stem from, see, everything about all this stuff. It's going to always be, it depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. What's your idea? So based on this conversation, me just, yeah, if I have to put a if I had to label this situation, this conversation right now, I would say that you're a beat maker and you just make beats and that's all. And you thinking that maybe if you get the artist because you see me do it, right? Um, I use a machine in Studio One a lot. If you were just a beat maker, um, I would say stick to machine. I don't know how much more of it's. I mean, I'm trying to think of a good way to answer this. Still going to boils down to, it depends on what you're trying to do. That's just kind of the answer right now. Um, we stuck right there. It just depends. For me, I use them both because I like the workflow machine. I think it's cool. I sometimes just use machine. I don't even plug it up. I don't even go inside of Studio One. Sometimes I just kind of do. So I know how to create full songs in machine. But I have Studio One because I do a lot of mixing. I do a lot of mastering. I do record vocals inside of Studio One. I do record live bands. So you need a full DAW to do stuff like that. You can't do that in machine. But machine is like that extra. It's like its own brain. You know what I mean? Having a machine, it comes with all types of cool sounds and dope sounds. Might I add? And this is the whole ecosystem is dope to me. So I love using Contact. So it's like it makes sense, kind of, to have machine because machine. Um, I also come from a NPC background, so I'm used to that, so to speak. And so when I discovered the machine, it was a no brainer. And I love how the machine connects with my computer, and I can use it and do what I need to. So machine has always been a part of the workflow. So I feel like having machine is a quicker way to create beats, but because I know machine. If you don't know machine, that can be a different kind of a different type of frustration, I guess. But you say you use the MK3, um, but if you're not recording vocals and you're not like trying to mix, I don't know. And then this me, the Studio One man, saying you don't really need Studio One. I keep it 100. You know what I mean? I try to zone in and help you guys. I'm not trying to sell you guys anything. If you're gonna buy something, use the affiliate links in the description. That's all I'm saying. If you feel like you need any of this stuff, just go to the description and I make a small percentage. You don't pay anything more. You pay whatever you was gonna pay, but you just kind of like throw me the points. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Ella sent me here, so I'm supporting the channel. That's all that's doing. But back to is Cubase limited to some stuff that Studio One have? Yes and no. Again, it depends on what you do. It depends on what you're doing, cause a music composer in film production. This is a question or this is a situation depending on who you are. If that's who you are, then that's when you make those type of comparisons. Is Cubase going to work for me versus Studio One? What do you need? What are you trying to do? Cubase and the tools that they have might work better because Studio One may not have it. Because Cubase is really geared towards film composers with all that it does over here. But if you're just a beat maker, Cubase is going to be like super overwhelming because it do too much. It does a lot. It does so much. Now, in terms of like this overall, yes, Studio One has some stuff in there that Cubase is not doing, and vice versa. Cubase got a bunch of stuff in there that Studio One is not doing. But they both do the same thing, so to speak. You can both add audio in there. You can both produce music in there. They both allow you to create a wonderful product. You can use third-party VSTs in there, and it's like they both are the same. It's just your way of workflow, how you rather move. Would you like all of the bells and whistles? You probably will never need it. So it just depends. So we can't really talk about what's better. Is Studio One better than Cubase, or if Cubase is better than Studio One? I don't really like those topics, because it it's all about who you are and what you're trying to do. It's according to your workflow, whatever's better for you. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing that's better than the other because everything has. Even if you use FL Studio, if you're looking for the things that FL Studio, like if you like the workflow, and the cool thing about all of this is that YouTube, everybody gets on YouTube and they do similar things as I, and they show their workflow, and then you can go and say, you know what, I like how he do that, or blah 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 blah, whatever. Yeah, I kind of figured that. That's why I wanted to know more. I wanted to know more about where you were going. But at the end, if you have the MK3 and you know the MK3, then I'll say you good. Why do you feel like you need Studio One? Again, because you see me do it. That's cool, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you wanting to grab gear because you see me do it, which is fantastic. I actually do appreciate that. But I just want to make sure that you are good. You know what I mean? Like that's my goal. I want to make sure that you are going after things that you need that makes sense to your workflow, and you're not out here spending money. And then before you know it, you have a studio full of stuff that you never use, and you broke because you thought you need this, and you saw somebody who had it and was using it, and so you feel like, okay, I must need that too. And that's the thing about YouTubers. Like they do these videos and they don't ever really break it down and spend time like this, like I'm doing. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but me personally, I just want to make sure you guys are good. So just buy the things that matters the most. Um, and there's definitely more tools available in Studio One than there is MK3 because MK3 is just a beat maker. It's just if you're doing vocals, if you're mixing down stuff, then it makes sense to go ahead and grab a full DAW. Also, you could, um, Personas does have this sphere thing that they're doing where you can spend $15 a month. So that's another way to do it. You can spend $15 monthly and see if you like Studio One 5 because Studio One 5 comes in there, the professional version, and it unlocks a bunch of content that don't come in the regular install. So that's another method that I want to throw out there. Also depends on how much you use it. Yeah, great, great points. Great points. Workflow. Yeah, workflow. That's the key. Is it worth the cost? Is it worth the cost? Because I will never view it as a loss. Okay. But an investment in what I do, even if I don't make money. Now, if you foresee yourself moving into, sometimes it's a good idea to invest in something. You may only need just this part of something. You know what I mean? But you want to grow into it, and so as you grow, you start to now you're using this portion, but you invested in this. You have all of this, but you don't need all of that right now. You just now if you see yourself growing into this, where you want to eventually have vocals and learn how to mix vocals and learn how to mix full bands or learn how to master tracks and or do all these other things. If that's your mindset, then yeah, I think buying into the artist will definitely benefit you. You know what I mean? And along the way, you learn little tips and tricks as you watch me, some of my videos or whatnot. Then I think that probably be a good method right there. But if there's people that just they don't care about all that other stuff. They just want to make beats, and that's it. If you one of those guys, then machine is good enough for that, and just keep buying, I guess, sound packs and just bang out beats. I feel like I don't have the patience to do mixing and all that stuff. I'll just pay somebody to do that. You can also send your beats to me to mix for you. I have mixing services if that's the goal. Because it could, I want you guys to save money, but I also like to take care of you, like mentally, emotionally. You can learn how to mix, but if you don't have the mindset for it, you can jack up a mix so quickly, and it'll become very frustrating. Yeah, very frustrating. So send it to somebody who know what they're doing. That's another way to go about it. Nabisco. He suggests that everyone use Studio One. He's also a machine guy, and he just suggests that you go in. So, Nabisco, thank you for listening to my question. I mean my suggestion. I was asking everybody if they feel like he should, if was it Michael should go ahead and grab artists because he used the MK3. Go ahead and tell him if that's what you feel like he should do or not. So I appreciate you for answering that, answering the call, with the exception of K Bill. K Bill's doing a great job in assisting the situation. I appreciate it. But everyone else is watching, love feedback. Cubase is great for scoring music. Articulation is great and ahead of Studio One in that area. It is complex. I have both. I prefer Studio One for my workflow. I do as well. I bought Cubase with that in mind. That was the reason why I bought Cubase, because I do film scoring, composing as well. Um, but when I went in and discovered the extra steps I have to do with some of the things I was trying to achieve, I was like, this was a mistake, you know. And to your point, it's like it's complex. I feel like if you were somebody who grew with Cubase, you good, you Gucci, Cubase, you great. Like somebody like me, I don't know. I'm not afraid of learning something new, which is why I have like $1 billion. But I really like the way that Studio One is set up in terms of simplicity, but it can be complex. I can make Studio One complex. I can do serious, crazy stuff, but just the overall setup is simple. It makes sense. That's why I'm still in there. And I could be saying it because I kind of started with Studio One more so like in the early phase. Not from one or two. I started in three, so now we're in five. So I feel like I got in, and then everything that they started doing, I started using it and adding it to my workflow. So now I'm in here and I'm kind of talking this language, right? It's kind of the same thing I'm saying with Cubase. If I feel like if you got in it early when they weren't doing as much, and the further that they progress, then when you tell somebody, "Oh yeah, Cubase all day is easy," and you're looking like, "No, it's not. It's complex, bro." But you've been in there for 10 years, so of course it's easy for you. Um, but I would like to say that Studio One is pretty easy. I mean, I listen to what y'all tell me. I'm just repeating back what people tell me. So honestly, I'm sticking with Studio One. It seems more traditional to me. Yeah. If traditional is the goal, definitely, definitely. What about Luna? I like Luna. I've seen some videos on it. I don't have it, but I feel like Luna might be what step toe to toe with Pro Tools. I feel like it's about time we need something like that. We need Pro Tools to step down. I feel like Luna might take over. I really feel like Studio One can do that, to be honest with you. But I don't know. So I feel like Luna might be the one, only because see, the folks that made Luna is like they're like the staple of it all. That those are they can easily come in and take over. Even though Luna just got here, but the guys that created Luna can come in and set up shop and tell Pro Tools, you ran a good run. It's time to retire. We here. We're taking over our rightful place. They can do that. They have UAD has they're legendaries. Legends, yo. Legends. They can come in and shut the game down. They just can. That's how I feel. And the way that they set up right now, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go buy me an Apollo right now. The cheapest Apollo. Just so I can have Luna. I would love to put my hands on there and see what's going on in there. I think Luna is pretty cool. Those are my thoughts. I was subject Cakewalk by BandLab. I must say, BandLab has taken Cakewalk and went and they have only elevated the workflow in there. I would say I like what they're doing over there. I think they have like something that you can do online as well. Now that's next level stuff right there. That's that's next level right there. So it's kind of like I could take my dog with me on my mobile phone, and you know, you said Cakewalk is good, but it crashes. Now Cakewalk ran a race too. Cakewalk is it's one of those. They've been here for a while. They've been here. I remember I used to get them. uh, install CDs. Every time I buy a music product, it used to come with that. It was that and Reason and Ableton Live. I always came inside of like every time I buy something, there's a light version of it. Yep, Cakewalk was a part of that. Yeah, if you talking about Scalar, yeah, yeah, you can definitely do that. So all of the new producers should learn gain staging. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think that's that's important. That's important. But now that we in this digital age, um, I still teach it, gain staging, but I'm just I'm just think I'm just thinking, and I could be wrong. I think the whole purpose of gain staging is just think about the analog board. Gain staging for the purpose of the way that the analog mixing console works. You want enough gain, enough input on that signal to make sense out of the faders, because you don't want to crank the fader all the way up to get, you know what I'm saying? So you do all the gain staging on the board. Nowadays we have things like normalizing, um, clip gain controls, um, when you add a plug-in on something, you also have the volume on there. I don't do that. I stay away from that stuff. I'm I'm against it. I don't like when people do that. Like, 'cause they do automation on the volume and then they go into the plug-in and increase the volume. Ooh, I can't stand when people do that. Like, dude, just leave the volume alone. Do not never automate the volume. You just put in what's called a mix tool or gain tool on it and automate that. That's how you do that. That's the best way to do that. Because when it comes to mixing, when you need to move a fader and it's got automation on it, you just anyway. I'll say that for when I touch on mixing. uh, y- and but you're not the only one that don't like Pro Tools. I mean, but it's still industry standard. That's when you say Pro Tools, it's like everybody stands up. Pro Tools is still the king right now. No, nothing is a challenge in it. Actually, I feel like every dog is challenging Pro Tools, but you got the older heads that still use Pro Tools, and they kind of hold that standard until the old heads stop being so stubborn and learn how to use something else. But they ain't gonna do that, which is not a big deal because it's like I also teach learn your dog, learn it, learn with what you have, learn how to make it work. I've gotten frustrated with Studio One so many times, yo. And for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you know the vibes here. I gotten frustrated left and right, but you know what? That frustration turned into me actually learning more and more about Studio One and what I can and can't do. or learning like ins and outs. Okay, if I can't do it that way, then maybe I can try it this way. Maybe I can articulate it this way. You know what I mean? Let's try this. Let's try that. And so when you do that, even through the frustration, it causes you to learn your DAW more and more. Now you know it backwards and forwards. And so now when people call me about an issue that they're having, I'm like, okay, no problem. This is what you got to do. Because I have the same issues sometimes. And if I don't have that same issue, a lot of times I can think about it and like, oh, this is probably what you need to check because that's probably why that's happening, you know. So that's another method, you know. Just learn your DAW. No DAW is perfect. I think all of them is gonna crash at some point. All of them gonna have bugs in them. All of them gonna do something weird. So when you look for a DAW, you definitely want to look for the community around it, right? You want to look to see if it's a strong community, if they, are on top of things. And I like that about the personas world. Like I feel like the community is thick here. Everybody's on top of everything. It's almost as if they hold personas accountable. The community holds personas accountable with the whole fact that they allow you to put in feature requests in their forums. So if it's something you guys want to see and you feel like Studio One is not up to par yet, you can definitely request it. Hold personas accountable for adding these features to make it great. So that's great. And that's where most of these updates come from you guys that use Studio One. And bam. So it just continued to become greater and greater. I still like working in Ableton Live because it's still more creative to me in the whole devices and modulation type thing. Bitwig is another one. I still enjoy working in those, which is it's always fun to have a different approach, a different style. It invokes different types of creativity. But I always find myself back in Studio One because I know it. I know Studio One. Um, Now with this question or this comment, there are okay. First of all, Studio One has a Prime version, so if you love Studio One and you don't have a budget, there's a Prime. You can come in on a Prime. Another one is um, Audacity. Audacity is another one. It's another free one. Um, there's a few of them out here, but what's good could be subjective. What's good or not, but you got to think about it. You got to think about it. You say good free dolls. There's never going to be a good free doll because it's free. It's free. You're never going to find a good free doll, and you never should find a good free doll because if that was the case, then I will be using it. Everybody else will be using it. You know, when you're paying for something, the value is different. The value is different, and it also supports the people who makes it. See, when you get a free doll, a good free doll, just imagine how many times that something like that will be maintained. It's free. Nobody making no money. So or it could be an open source like OBS or something like that, where it's open and other people could come in and do things, or like Android, that platform, I think it's still open. We just got different manufacturers or whatever just create stuff on that platform. Um, hardly no restrictions, right? They can do whatever they want. Um, that's but I don't like the idea of free dolls, because you got to think about it. Um, a free doll would be great for a hobbyist, someone that just want to make music, or whatever. But if you're trying to make money, no, I need something serious, and something serious means it's going to cost money, because that money is going to go towards the people that's actually creating, coding, whatever. That stuff costs money. You know what I mean? People that went to school for this stuff and got a degree in coding and making stuff and this type of stuff, having their knowledge, their brain, their concepts on deck, stuff costs money, man. Or if you're a kid that knows how to do this stuff and create stuff, then that's great. But just keep in mind that kid got to do something to create some income. So he's not gonna be really focused on a free good dog, because he got to make some money. I don't know. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I feel like if you can't afford to buy um the doll you're working out of, you probably shouldn't be doing it. That's kind of how I feel. But at the same time, yeah, if you ain't got no money, you're trying to get money. You need something to be able to create this stuff in, so you can make money, which is the reason why Studio One Prime is free. Like, you can go ahead and do your thing in Studio One Prime. Like I said, there's Audacity. That's free. Um, if you have a MacBook, GarageBand comes on it for free. I think that used to be the case. I don't know if they have a charge. But if you broke, you probably don't have a Mac, right? I don't know. I don't know. But if you don't have a computer, then why are we talking? It's just so many. It's so many factors in how that is just weird. If you don't got no money, you probably don't have a laptop. So the free doll thing probably doesn't apply, because you need a laptop or some type of computer. But there are things you can do online. I know what I think Splice allows. They have like an online thing, and I think BandLab, like the other person was mentioning, BandLab might have something online where you can just create stuff. You just gotta search around. Anyway, we spent too much time on that. I get what you're saying, but I look at other things as well. Yeah, but Studio One Prime is free. So that, to me, it's like you're not gonna have everything that you can do in the professional version, but it's free. It's like it's a way of getting you started. And if you really, really, now here's the thing. What's good, Black Ave? Alandis, what's up? If we have a desire to be great producers, you have to learn to invest in yourself. That's what's up. So here's how I think. This is a good one. Ready? Hope you're ready for this. Now, if you're looking for a good free dog, right? A good one. This is how I would do this. A good free dog. That means you gotta hustle your butt off. Hustle, hustle. I mean, like crazy hustle. Here's what I suggest. If you want a good free dog, you download Studio One 30-day trial. That's the best thing you could ever do. 30 days. Hustle your butt off. Make some crazy killer beats in there. bounce that jav down, bounce it all down. And then now you have the files. You have the tool that help you create the music, and then upload them somewhere and sell whatever you got to do. And then you take that money to help you buy Studio One. And now you have Studio One Professional, and you in there. Now you have this thing when you can do your thing. Or you can just pay $15 a month and have Sphere, the Sphere account, which gives you Studio One 5 and all a bunch of really cool sounds and presets and things like that. And have a cloud space. Just $15 a month. It's not free, so to speak, but it's a cheaper option. That's why Sphere was created. See, I feel it. Somebody was like, Ella, bring up Sphere. I got you. Whoever it was like, I wasn't even really thinking about it at first, but yeah, now I am. Get Sphere. There you go. That's how you attack that question. Y'all see how I did that? That's how you do that. And Personas is not paying me to do that. I wish they was. I'll talk about it more. But there you go. Get Sphere. That problem solved. End of the discussion. You can't afford it. Okay. Grab the 30-day trial. And you got to hustle your butt off. We can end the stream right here. I just said something. Man, that was so powerful. Did y'all catch that? Y'all don't even know what hit you. I just dropped a nugget on y'all, and ain't nobody saying nothing. Thumbs up on this video. I need to see some thumbs up. If y'all got that, man. We about to take this to church. Can I get the church to say, man, gosh, y'all ain't saying nothing. Did I say something? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So this is what we came up with. Well, we didn't really come up with nothing. I was just showing y'all how Scalar works. But if we're going back to the drawing board, I was just inspired by let's see. What is that? What is that? What's going on? What I want to know is why both of I got a couple of things, hi-hats in. So yeah, I have to dive a little bit more in this to understand. Oh, would you check that out? Huh. I didn't know to do that. So why well, I guess you gotta do that. Okay. This is what I was trying to do, hopefully. Okay, let me change this to 8 triplets. Let's see if that works. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. And then I could take this back to take this back to this one. I want this to be 16. Yeah. That's cool. You know, sometimes you gotta step away and come back and you figure it out. So I figured it out. Working in patterns. That's a good point. That's a good point. Some other dolls may not be as quick as Personas about updating Studio One. Yeah, all good points. And these type of points is very important when you choose a doll. Like you definitely want to like make sure that you buy into a system or a family. That's what you're doing. You're buying into a family. You know the type of people it is in this industry. Get with the. You hear about Ableton Live. You hear about Studio One. You hear about Pro Tools. You hear about FL Studio. Like you want to watch these guys online and see what the community is like. Is you know what I'm saying? That's another way. It's like getting married, right? You meet a gorgeous girl or you meet a handsome man. That's great. That's great. But that don't do nothing for me. I have to see more. I have to know more. In order for us to deal together, you might be attractive, but now I want to get to know you. Now let's go to the next level. Are you worth having a family with? Are you worth bringing home to mom and dad? Right? Those are the type of factors. So if I come around and I find that your family is filled with chaos and it's just this and that, one thing after another, and they cutthroat and everybody's and this is what I have to put up for the rest of my life. Christmas comes up, holiday season comes up, and we got to go and spend time with family members, and it's just I don't think I want to be involved in that. I'm chewing on too much than I can handle. I'm more of a laid back, simple type person. I don't want to be involved in all that chaos and all that. Like I don't need that. I ain't looking for that. That's not what I'm on. So that's the same concept when it comes to looking for a dog. You look at a dog based on the community. Is the manufacturer, are they good about updates and or helping you out? And now, granted, some people had some weird experiences. Personas may or may not get back to you in a timely fashion, or they may tell you something that you don't agree with. Same thing happened with Native Instruments. I have a couple of people who came to me because they was like, I went to Native Instruments and they took a month to respond to me, first of all, and then they gave me an answer that didn't really work. It didn't benefit me, and I felt like I wasn't receiving the help. And that's not to say that they're not a great company. It's just, I don't know what the situation was, and I can't really speak for those type of situations. So I'm not saying that you won't have those issues with this side of the world, but that's why I say you got to look at the community. So guys like me that know Studio One, I'm probably a resource that could actually help your situation. If you feel like going to Personas did not, or anyone else that used Studio One, if they wasn't helpful, then people usually come to me. And if I can't figure it out, I try to figure it out, or I'll search. I'll do the best I can. And that's why y'all should be a part of the Discord family, which is in this description area, because that's what we do. We help and we support people. So yeah, I think this was a good stream. I was able to show you guys how scale work and how you can use it in your workflow and to advance and get something going, being creative. Thumbs up on the video. Appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna end it here, and You guys, my name is Ella from Creative Sound. Remember, subscribe. Likes up, thumbs up on the video. Music is art. You the artist. Paint your picture. Stay creative without rules, guys.